I ended things the other day. Packed my stuff, told him BC of his drinking, and being treated constantly like sh*t I was done and gone. I moved out the same night. I told him that BC I love him and care about him. I'd like to remain friends and check in on him. I even agreed to go to a movie this weekend that we were originally planning on seeing. The thing is, he is still texting me constantly, starting it with babe and ending it with I love you. I feel obligated to tell him I love him back. BC I do, but not romantically anymore, which he knows. When I was leaving he asked if it was forever, and I didn't want to say yes and hurt him more, so I said something like I can't say what the future holds advice. TLDR, XBF still acts like we're together. Edit to at, okay guys, I get it. I'm at fault here. This is my first breakup and first relationship. I have no idea what I'm doing. I will talk to him. Thanks for the comments. Edit #2, I phoned him. I cancelled the movie, set clear boundaries, and was upfront and honest with him. He hung up on me just as I was about finished, so I'll take that as him understanding. Thanks again for the comments. Hope you all have a good day. You want to be friends with him, but this is not a human who can be friends with you, at least not for a while. You need to cut off communication for a bit and give him some space to process. Told him that BC I love him and care about him. I'd like to remain friends and check in on him. This is your mistake. I even agreed to go to a movie this weekend that we were originally planning on seeing. This is another mistake. I didn't want to say yes and hurt him more, so I said something like I can't say what the future holds. This is a very big mistake. Advice? Stop talking to him. At least for a while. 6+ months of no talking, and if he still pulls out I love yous then go even longer is what I would recommend. Opus. You're both acting like you're still together. You reply I love you to his texts. You're going to a movie with him this weekend, and when he asks if it's permanent you give him the impression it's only a break. I know you're doing all these things because you still care for him as a friend and don't want to hurt him, but you've got to reread what you just wrote and realize you're giving him the wrong impression at best, or stringing him along at worst. Do the right thing and communicate clearly to him that it's over. It's not a break. You're not getting back together. The relationship is over and it's final. Don't expect him to read between the lines. Be crystal clear. And then go no contact. Let him know you're going no contact, not because you hate him, but because it's the only way the two of you can get over this breakup. This right here. Op is sending very mixed messages. It's hardly surprising that her boyfriend doesn't perceive this as a real breakup. I'm not sure Op even sees it as one, despite her claims. By telling him you love him back, makes him think you're still in a relationship. Quit while you're ahead. There are better things waiting for you. I told him that BC I love him and care about him. I'd like to remain friends and check in on him. I feel obligated to tell him I love him back. I said something like I can't say what the future holds. Stop doing all of this immediately. Whatever your good intentions, you can see that the result is to enable his self-delusion. Sent him one last message saying that, on reflection, you don't want to remain friends and think it's better to make a clean break, that you won't be contacting him again. Then block him. Talk to a trusted friend or family member. Let them know you're doing this and contact *THEM* in the future if you feel yourself about to try to talk to this guy again. Get a journal or just your phone's notes and write down some reminders of why you broke up with him and refer to that in future moments of weakness. You're doing that too, so you need to make a clean break. You aren't helping him by letting him cling to hope, and he clearly is still trying to pursue you and not be an actual friend. No contact is always best and doesn't have to be forever. I told him that BC I love him and care about him. I'd like to remain friends and check in on him. I even agreed to go to a movie this weekend that we were originally planning on seeing. You're sending mixed signals to him. Break all contact for at least 6 months, then see if there can be a friendship. You literally are going on a date to the movies. Stop confusing him and block him on everything. Unless children are involved, there is no reason to be friends with an ex. If it's super amicable, it's fine. If you both realize that the relationship wasn't working and that your life is better without each other, but you legitimately think of the other person as a great friend, why not? But when the breakup was incredibly one-sided and/or there's no friendship to really salvage, then sure, I'd say to be friends, because you both want to be friends. But if it's just a ploy to wiggle back into a relationship from one side, then yes, it needs to be severed and you both need to learn how to move on with your lives. It's not appropriate to be friends with him. He won't accept friendship. You'll be leading him on with every breath. He acts like you are together because you let him cancel the date night you have with your ex, then go low contact. Why do you want to have a friend that has a drinking problem and constantly treats you like shit? I know there are feelings there, but it's times like these where reason needs to prevail over emotion, because yes, you care about him, but no, you should not keep a person like this in your life. It's not healthy. Also, the age gap is concerning. An opioid problem too, based on post history. My advice is to break up with him, which is not what you have described in this post. I'm physically recoiling at all the horrible mistakes you've managed to accumulate in such a short span of time. Yeah, it's almost impressive. You seem to think that leading him on and making him believe there's still a chance and you two are just on a temporary break isn't crueler than the temporary discomfort of ripping off the band-aid and being the bad guy for breaking up with him. Stop jerking him around. Stop telling him you love him and justifying it in your head that it's okay because it's only platonically. Stop sending him mixed signals about what the future holds. You know he wants more, and you know you don't want to get back with him. For these kinds of breakups you can't remain friends or in his life at all. Maybe in a couple of years, if he's gotten his S*** together and you both have moved on, you two can re-establish a platonic friendship. Trying to stay friends is just prolonging the breakup and makes things messy, complicated, and painful for both people, especially to the one who still wants to be in the relationship. The problem is as much the way he is acting, like you're still together, and that you are still acting the same. If you can't refrain from telling him you love him by text, do stuff that awfully look like dates with him, and overall can't put a single boundary in place, then you cannot be friends with him, at least not for now. First, this man is not only a grown 33-year-old, he is 10 years older. There's a reason why women closer to his age ain't messing with him. Second, he abuses alcohol and treats you like shit. You need to block this man and continue on. Third, you need to block this man and continue on. You making plans to hang out with him platonically and telling him that you love him isn't healthy for you. Lastly, you both are acting like you are still in a relationship. This man is trash. Sees. You are too worthy to be treated like this. You already recognize this when you became fed up with it and broke up. There's so much better out there for you. Advice? He's not the only one who is acting like you're still together. I think you should break up, for real this time. You both act like you're still together. I really feel the need to mention, though he is 33 years old, he does not need to be checked on or coddled. He is using your kind nature to manipulate you back into a relationship. Please cut ties with him and be done with it. The more you continue to talk to him, the more he will pressure you into getting back together. I'm sorry to be blunt, but you have to grow a spine and say the things you actually mean. TBF, she is only 23. I feel bad that she has to deal with a 33-year-old man like this. Well, first of all, stop trying to maintain a friendship with an alcoholic who's a decade older than you and treated you poorly. What exactly are you getting out of that friendship? Telling him you love him and aren't sure you want to stay broken uppies, not exactly standing firm in your decision or communicating clearly to him. Block his number. You both need space. If you really want to be friends with an ex, it takes months or years of not communicating to truly get over your feelings and be able to come back together in a platonic way. You can't go from dating to besties overnight and then be confused about his reactions to you keeping plans for date night and saying you love him. He knows he's in control because you're still responding. The age gap, the drinking and the mistreatment. Really break up with him. Stop texting and going on dates with him. You're not his mom or therapist. You're only 22, so much life to be lived. Have you ever wondered why he's with you instead of a woman his age? Stop lying to him. You think you're being nice here, but you're leading him on. You can't tell him you love him back. You're either crazy, stupid, or not thinking. He is 10 years older than you and treats you like and is a drunk. He is pretty comfortable with who he is, and the reason he's dating a 23Y/O and not someone his age is because no one his age will put up with his loser shit. You shouldn't either. I'm friend with my ex, we get along great and do fun activities. However, we took like 6 months apart after the breakup, and only then, as single people, we established a friendship. I feel you're too on top of him when your mind just wants out. Go no contact. That's the only way. Alf, no. Time to go no contact. This sub might help. r/x no contact. Also r/codependency, and if there's an Alan in sub. You aren't safe. Use the buddy system from now on. Stop contacting him. Don't be alone with him. Stop contacting. Stop responding. You are still being manipulated.